In tonight's episode we play
Super Smash Brothers
This is casually hardcore.
Place the game code.
Game of game features.
Game news.
And casually hardcore.
Press start.
Hi there, I'm Mark,
Oh, Neil?
and we're going to be playing Super Smash Bros. Melee on the Nintendo GameCube. Or Melee.
Melee.
Melee?
Oh, I'd say melee.
Melee.
I mean, you're not American.
Yeah. So, what this is basically Nintendo gets all their characters together for a massive fight. So we're just going to have a quick go on the actual multiplayer, which is what everyone's going to play. As you can see, you've got a ton of classic Nintendo characters here, from Mario to Star Fox characters, Samus, Link, and so on.
Characters no one's heard of, Ness, Ice Climbers, from like one game.
Yeah, back in the NES days, you know.
Everyone, please put in the comments which character you want me to select, and I'll attempt to hopefully pick whichever it was. I'll go with Kirby.
So yeah, this is actually quite a departure for Nintendo, really, to get a bunch of their classic characters made for kids, basically, and then get them to fight and just smash each other in the face.
I suppose from the fan point of view, you always have kind of the whole Star Wars versus Star Trek, who would be better at this, who would win this, and well, you know, now you get to set all those differences from the actual punch-up instead.
Because this game originally came out on the N64, just Super Smash Bros. You only had a choice of about 12 or so characters in total. Obviously the classic ones like Mario and things like that. But this GameCube version, basically they upped everything, so the graphics are fantastic in this game. There's a whole ton of levels in there. And the single player mode, which we'll show shortly, but we'll just talk about the multiplayer here for a second.
It's, I'll be the first to say, obviously, if any of you are watching Kirby get his little pink face punched in. I'm not a veteran in the Smash Bros. What just happened then? I'm not an expert, so to speak, but it's one of those games where you don't really feel you need to be amazing at it to have fun. You know, you can button bash, you can obviously whack away, and
it's made for everyone, basically.
yeah. I mean, like as Mark said, you're looking at all these classic characters just punching each other and fighting, and nothing really wrong with that. It's just a lot of fun to play. And you know what? Everyone's got their favourites. You know, they'll say, "Oh God, I always loved so and so game, so and so game." And the ability to play as that character or punch them in the face, hugely popular as well. Hugely popular.
So we should probably explain how this actually works. At the bottom of the screen, you have a percentage meter. The higher this gets, the more chance your character is going to be kicked out of the ring. So every time you punch someone, you do a bit more damage. The more likely they are to fly out, and that's the way you get the kill, basically. There's a ton of items all over the stage, from Pokemon to things from all sorts of games, like GoldenEye's proximity mine you can use.
5 seconds, this is amazing.
I do it. But yeah, it's basically a 4-player fighting game where you just
I didn't come last. I'm happy with that. I'm happy with that result.
So we'll just show off one of the other levels, because there's quite a few different levels here. You have the standard levels, which are fixed in place. All the levels are based off of a game from different franchises that Nintendo have.
What's Dr. Mario going to do? Subscribe me a bad illness?
What was it?
Let's give him a go.
Let's change some of the characters here so you get an idea of different ones.
Dr. Mario in the face. Zelda? Oh, I'm going to prescribe an ass kicking.
So let's play, let's do this one. So Mute City is looks like your standard level to begin with. You've just got a small area to fight in, but the actual level moves around as you play, which changes the level as you go on through the match.
Come here, you haven't paid your NHS bills.
But it's stupidly simple to control as well. All you need is 2 buttons, A and B, and then up, down, left or right, and they produce the 8 different moves you've got, which is more than enough to do a lot of damage to anyone. And if you're wondering, should you check out the Wii version, which is Smash Bros. Brawl? It's just as good as this, sometimes better because there's a lot more content. It does have a worse single player, but I think both of us are looking forward to the Wii U and 3DS versions.
Yeah, Nintendo kind of excel at party games, let's be honest. Doesn't matter what they make, they're fantastic in groups. And obviously Smash Bros. Is going to be a big seller for the Wii U. Everyone's kind of been looking at all the Smash Bros. Previews are saying which characters are going to play. I can't say I was terribly excited by any of the characters in the newest version of Smash Bros. I can't see me ever using for Wii Fit lately.
No.
I like my fitness. I would say I'm a yoga expert, but I wouldn't push using it to touch anyone in the face.
But this is also not this version, but the Wii version is the first version where you had Sonic versus Mario. So all them playground fights of who's better, Sonic or Mario, you could actually do it yourself.
You also had Solid Snake and one of them.
Yeah, in the Wii version
I mean,
as well.
there's a lot of franchises. I mean, you'd love to see them in this, like Master Chief,
Yeah.
for example. Kratos, I think he'd suit him.
No.
He'd rip people's faces off and that would suit him.
But as you mentioned him, there was a PlayStation version of the PlayStation All-Stars.
Blatant rip-off.
Not meant to be very good. It is a rip-off.
Blatant rip-off, but why would you?
But sadly, the characters are not as iconic, really. You got Nathan Drake from the Uncharted series versus Battle of the Raptors. It's like, well, they're great characters, but who really wants to see them fight?
No, and there was probably more. God, there's probably more meh characters in. Hey! Oh, we did it, guys! Well, you didn't do anything. I wouldn't. One because Mike blasted himself off. At least blasting off again.
Yeah.
Back to Mario. The bad news is you got your ass kicked.
I did, unfortunately.
The good news is you're cured of health.
So we'll just take a quick look at the single player. Actually, before we go on there, the multiplayer, you can do tons of stuff. So you've got a tournament here, you can do special versions, so you can have different cameras, you can have giant versions of all the characters, single button, lightning or slow motion and so on. You can have custom rules, so if you don't want to play with the weapons and the pickups and stuff like that, if you just want pure fighting.
Weapons would be helpful in a game like this.
Because there is the famous thing where everyone likes to play the final stage, no weapons. That's the tournament people, that's what they play. You can do it as well.
I remember a few years ago when I was an events host, I hosted a Smash Brothers tournament. I've never seen people be more animated and loud. Of any game I've hosted a tournament for, includes, I remember Ghost Recon many years back, Pro Evolution, Halo. A lot of cheering, a lot of noise, a lot of just general loud attitude and behaviour during it. When that was needed in the games we were playing, people were happy to stop and watch people fight on this. Where with, remember the Pro Evolution tournament, 80% of the people left when the final was on, because obviously they're not in the final. And also I think this type of game works perfectly with the Nintendo franchises. I mean, like you said with the PlayStation version, what you'd have like maybe say Lara Croft within them, and they're all kind of a bit dark and a bit serious, and they don't work quite as well. Where with this, the Nintendogs level. Yeah,
and anyone can watch this, understand what's going on, and enjoy it, even if they don't. They just see a bunch of people flying around and like, oh, I know that character.
That's a chaos. Yeah. There's a Nintendogs level in a future Smash Bros. Game where during the level one of a puppy from Nintendogs would jump on the screen and smack people, and you know, when you're Mario or Samus or Link and you're terrified of a giant puppy, you know, says it all really. You know, adds a lot more to the fun. And again, as I said with Nintendo, it's got that perfect party atmosphere. And obviously I'm sure with the possibility of online capabilities in the Wii U, that will definitely boost this.
You can have a bunch of mates come around who have never played it before, and they will have a blast. Even if they're losing, they will have fun. A skilled player mostly will win, but like Mario Kart, people who have never played before will also win through maybe pure luck or maybe a bit of skill on their side.
I'm not going to hope that you suggest my last win was on pure luck. But we'll leave it at that. Pure luck and skill argument.
But the single player here is basically, there's a classic mode which is you fighting in the normal arenas, and an adventure mode where you play through different levels inspired by different game franchises. So there we just play through Mushroom Kingdom, where you play as Mario or whoever you want, fighting Goombas and other characters, and then you have a battle afterwards.
Look at that spouse abuse, Mario.
It is,
Mario and Peach punching each other in the face.
You know, what other games can you do that in?
It's not Jeremy Kyle, is it?
No, it's not. But yeah, if you want to play Smash Brothers, any version is fantastic to play. A lot of people like this one the most just because it's a little bit more pure than the Wii sequel. It's definitely a game. Get a couple of mates together, a few beers in, and smash each other in the face.
I also think with the Smash Bros. Games, and we can say this is especially with Nintendo, well, I suppose only with Nintendo, in the worlds of online gaming, you know, World of Warcraft, millions of people online at once, Halo, everyone's online in their own little environment. Not many couch gaming games anymore,
No.
is there? And in Smash Bros, it's something where you play something like this, and I'd much rather play this as a couch game than an online game.
Yeah, definitely. You need to have your friends there with all the shouting and hollering than playing it against faceless people.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
So another video, hope you enjoyed that as well. Don't forget to like or subscribe our videos. We've got new ones coming out every day for the next month, and then after that they'll be weekly. Yeah, like and subscribe. Until next time, that's Retro Gaming Night.
Dr. Mario.
Did you enjoy that video? Then hit that like button. Why not subscribe as well and get the latest videos, news and competitions? Don't forget to check out casuallyhardcore.com, where you can buy hundreds of video game shirts and geek clothing, or make your own shirts with worldwide shipping also available. Until next time, stay casually hardcore.